Hello YouTube fans, welcome to my channel. This is Darlene and I'm here to do a reading for you as the title implied on your deceased loved one. Let me get my business out of the way and then we'll start. I already have the cards pulled today. I appreciate you all being here because I know your time is valuable. I truly do. We're all busy people, so thank you for watching my video, and appreciate it if you would hit that like button or subscribe, would be even more awesome. I'm just getting started here on YouTube, so all of that matters. And it also helps get the message out to people who this is meant for. Okay, got that out of the way. Let's get on into the message today. I'm bringing through a grandmother and granddaughter today. And I'm seeing three generations, mother, daughter, and granddaughter, when they were here in the physical world. The scene they're showing me is just stunning. It's so beautiful. See if I can do it justice. They're in a field, and I think this started with, let me back up. Let me start this over again. There's so much information coming in at once. The setting is in the country, and it's like rolling hills, and then there's a distant mountain range, and it's just beautiful. And there are these large fields, and I think there's maybe animals in the field next to the one where I am standing, where they're showing me. And they're showing me a scene where when the granddaughter was a young girl, the grandmother would take her out. And I think this started, I don't know when she was, well, I won't presume what age, but when she was a young girl. And then I see all three of these women, mother, daughter, granddaughter, together, but it started with the grandmother. She initiated this sort of outing, and they would go out into the field that was in front of their home. And I think there was actually this beautiful little creek running through the field. It's just the most pristine, beautiful postcard setting you can imagine. And they would lie together it's kind of like tall grass, not like a fancy lawn grass, not like that, but like a grassy field, and there were wildflowers around, and again, just a beautiful setting. And she's showing me lying down on her back, looking up at the sky. And you know how kids will do, or even grown-ups for that matter, will do snow angels in the snow. Well, she would do that, this young girl would do that, but in the tall grass. And they would lie back and watch the clouds together. And this was like a special outing that they would do together. And they would, like we've all done. I hope everybody out there's done it, because it's a wonderful thing to look up at the clouds and you see different things. And I see a dragon, or I see different things. I see a star, or I see this or that. Their favorite thing to see and to find that they shared this commonality with was angels. That came to be their thing, air quotes, their thing together, that they found angels. And that's significant because that is a symbol of how they're reaching out to you, the viewer, which is the mother, the one who's still here now. That is a symbol that you shared. And so when you see angel wings, that is from your mother and your daughter, who are coming through to connect with you. You know, spirits that have crossed stone use all kinds of symbols, but in this case they were very specific, that it was angel wings. I believe the story they're elaborating on now was, I think this property was the grandmother rather, and I believe her husband died. They're not showing me what, earlier on. And for a number of reasons, the daughter came to live with the mother. I believe that what happened was, and the interesting thing is, I asked this because I'm not seeing men in this vision they're giving me. Where are all the men? That's what I asked. Where are all the men? There had to be husbands here, or men sometime, So I believe the grandfather died earlier on. They're not showing me much about that. The husband, the wife's, the middle female here, they're not giving me a lot of detail, but I believe the story was he was involved in something, and it feels to me like maybe he had gone to war at some point, or gone to be in something that was very high stress and conflict oriented, like a war zone is what it feels to me. And when he came back from that, he was never the same. It changed him in negative ways. He was a very angry, bitter person, and it broke up their marriage essentially. And they're giving me the sense that he like disappeared. Now I don't know if this is what she told the grandmother and the daughter, that he just went away, or if he really did just up and leave one day and they don't know what happened to him, or they just agreed to go their separate ways. I'm not really certain, but they're giving me this as somebody, and it could have just been the granddaughter, that he just disappeared, was the essence of what they're giving me. He just disappeared. It was no longer in the picture. And so it left her having to, I think she moved back in with the mom at this point, and now, so then the grandmother, the daughter, and the grandchild are now all living together in this home in the country. And it ended up being the most beautiful time. They loved each other. They got along, obviously, fabulously. And then I think the grandmother died of, whatever. They're not giving me specifics, but it could have been something as simple as a heart attack. But she was up in age, and it was not a shock when she passed. The granddaughter, however, was left long before her time. She was too young, sad when somebody that young passes. But I asked what happened for her to die that young, and they're not giving me real specifics other than there apparently was some injury, or I don't know if it was a cut or a scrape, or I don't know what happened, but something happened. They're showing me pointing to her leg, and she got an infection. That's what I'm hearing, and some kind of an infection. Now, it could be because they live so far from any town or out in the country that it just got away from them, and before they could do anything, she passed over. It could be that simple. I don't get the feeling that she was in a lot of pain or that she suffered a lot. It's just that this is what happened. After that happened, so now this message is directed at the mother. After your mother and your daughter passed, you were left alone in this beautiful rural setting, but it would stand to reason that you were lonely, and you had, I don't believe you had family, but I think you had friends in whatever, there was a town that kind of a bigger town that you would go and visit occasionally. Perhaps it's where you lived with your husband, I'm not sure. But there's telling me that you had, and these cards are backing up that message, by the way, for those of you who are here for the first time. I never know until I pull the cards if the cards are relating to the story of the ones who have crossed over, or this is relating to the person who's left here, and I believe this is the latter. This is the message for the mother. And sometimes I don't read these like you would say in a love reading. The meanings are a little different because of the context of this kind of reading. So that explanation aside, you debated about what to do. You were in this beautiful setting. You loved it so much. It was where your heart was. It was where your memories were. But at the same time, you were lonely. You were out in the middle of nowhere, and not like you could just pop over to the local Starbucks and sit and have a cup of coffee and visit with anybody. So you made the decision, it was heart-wrenching, but you made the decision to leave there and move back to a more populated area. I'm feeling some kind of a city. You know, again, you debated, and all of this, losing your mother, losing your daughter, having to, you know, give up your homestead, it was a very, very hard, long cycle. You were, in essence, the wounded warrior here. And I think you were a bit guarded, like, you know, you were, it's easy to be jaded when you lose two people you love, well, and more than that, your husband too. So I think it was hard for you to keep your heart open, that it was easier for you to put your walls up and not want to get close to other people. But what they're saying is, but when you moved back, and I believe, again, you had friends and you started being around friends and being around people more and enjoying your new life, and you started kind of settling into the new life, you met someone. You weren't looking for it. I don't believe you were looking for it, but fate intervened, as it were, and you met a man, another man. And I believe that's where we find you today, that you have met someone that you have fallen in love with, that this person is, it's a wish come true, although again, you weren't looking for love, but he seems to be everything you could have ever wanted. And it was a long time coming for this happy ending at the end of this very difficult cycle. That you're finally at a point in life where things are balancing out for you. Let me see what else is under here. Yeah. And this person honors, I believe that you are a spiritual person. You're not necessarily religious, but spiritual. And that this person honors that aspect of you. Yes, you're at the end of this very difficult cycle and now are starting a brand new journey, a brand new life, essentially, or will be shortly. Yeah, that you, but you've had your fears. You had your fears about this, and whether to open your heart up again, whether to, you know, let new love in. But in the end, you did. In the end, you did. And the 4 of Wands is often the marriage card. So I think this very possibly either has recently led to or is about to lead to marriage and a very happy ending. So their message to you is, don't get up in your head. Don't overthink this. Don't over-examine it. Don't look for, you know, oh my gosh, this can't be true. This can't be happening for me. It's too good to be true because all these other things have happened. You know, it's human nature oftentimes, but there's a, you know, it's a cautionary tale here. Don't overthink it. It's not too good to be true. You have earned this. The scales are balancing now. Finally, the scales are balancing in your favor. This is good karma to me. That's what I feel from this card today in this reading. This is good karma coming back to you. Yes. This man is going to love you. And you've got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. That's a divine pair. That this is your, this is kind of like Spirit sort of saying, this is your reward at the end of a very, very long journey. Your 10 of Pentacles, your happiness, your happy home. Money's looking good. You don't have to struggle financially. All of that's looking good. And it's happening fast. It's happening very, very fast for you. Ooh, that's as far as I'm going to go in the deck there. And it could be also, I feel like this man has children or grandchildren. This may be grandchildren, depending on how, you know, what age you are when this is happening in your life now. But I just feel it's just such a beautiful, happy ending. So your mother and your daughter are together. They're coming to let you know. They are together on the other side. They're watching what's going on. They're acknowledging the struggle that you went through, losing them, and the struggle that you had to journey through getting to this point. But they're very, very happy for you. This is them saying, I see what all is going on. I see that love has come to you. I see that you're creating now, or you're now embracing this new family. And they are very, very happy that your wishes are finally coming true. The star is a wish coming true after a very, very long journey. And so they're just acknowledging that that's what's going on for you. They're happy that your life is finally coming into balance. And they're just, again, very, very happy for you. It's a beautiful, oh, I'm so glad I get to have a reading with such a happy, wonderful, positive ending. Ooh, okay, well, they're pulling their energy back, but look for those angel wings. They are saying they are watching over you. They see what's going on in your life every single day, and that they are happy and healthy where they are, and they're happy for you. But look for those angel wings, because that's them saying hello to you and letting you know that they are still in your life. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching my video. Again, if you like this kind of content, hit that like button and subscribe, because I might be bringing through your loved one next time. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it so very much. Many, many blessings, and take care. Bye-bye.